You won't have to be in this modern woman category. People think just because I'm young, I may be considered a modern woman, but you have to look at the actions of that woman, not just because she's young. So I know there's women out here, maybe even women in the chat, who don't fit that category, but it's just that so many are people that are modern women are getting the validation, they're getting the press. That's why everybody thinks all women are modern women, and that's not the case. But since men see that as a standard, they see modern women as what most women are, that's why they're leaving. That's why they're leaving, and I understand that. So
Damn, Perk did this? I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
Our man that they systematically keep him from getting. So he can't give it to us. And so we married to the government. They take care of us like our man should. They give us food, clothes, shelter, health care, child care, education, an apartment, whatever it is we need, they step in as our man. And they only do that, as I said, for the two reasons: to make him look inadequate and to make us not want to be bothered with him, to destroy his little ego that he got left, and to make us think that we are better than him. And we'll tell him, I can make it. I don't know why you can't make it.
Yeah, I mean, it really goes back into what what you were saying earlier, how strong, independent, single, and things of that sort, right? And so the government has all of these programs that are willing to help women, and I think that has been to our detriment. It has not been to our benefit. It's been more or less to our detriment, and I think that that's one of the major reasons of the behavior of the modern woman nowadays.
right, they're so dependent, and like you said, the government is helping, but it's really hindering. It's
Right.
hindering the women more than anything else, but they don't realize that because they're looking for those short-term rewards instead
Yeah.
of long-term rewards and work and progress. And it's just making women lazy because they have to depend on that standard that's set by the government to think that they don't need a man, all because of the fact that they're being supplied with everything a man is supposed to supply for them, but they'll take it from the government instead because they, respect the government more than they respect men.
Do you think that modern women are requesting too much from men?
Oh yeah, I already told you. Yep, well, I'll answer this a little bit more in detail, but I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Just kind of, I mean, you kind of did the jab already, but go for the right hook now.
Yes, yes. I definitely think that modern women are asking too much. I think so. And the problem is that they didn't ask for too much at the beginning with the wrong ones. So now that they see that the wrong ones are now offering what the right ones would have been offering, that's when they're upping their standards. But later, you have to keep your standards high at the beginning. If you're going to keep standards high, keep them at the beginning. Now, oh, I'm going to adjust and add more because of all these situationships I've been in. All these men don't play me, but you played yourself. You played yourself because you set the bar low, and nobody's going to take you serious when you set the bar low from the beginning, and now you're trying to add standards to it. No, it doesn't work that way. So I think they are asking for the wrong things. It's about the aesthetics. It's about the lifestyle. But realize that the material lifestyle may not last forever. What's going to happen? It's all about through thick and thin, but they're looking at what's good for social media. They're looking for that quick fix, that validation, and they see it by, okay, a man has to look like this. The 6 figure, six pack, 6 feet. That's what they say. Those are the standards, right? And that's just so, I don't know. I can't even tell you. It's mind-boggling to say the least that women think that just because a man looks like a certain way on the outside, then that's when I'm going to take him serious. No, it's not. But I think that a lot of people are receiving validation from their sisterhoods, their circles, that are telling them that it's okay to have these high standards. Keep your standards, girl. Be single first before you take a man that this, that. Like, you don't understand about the word compromise. That's the problem. Women don't understand about that because they've really submitted to the wrong man. They submitted to a man who wasn't even their husband. And knowing that, that's why nothing worked for them in the past. But I think that's what it comes from. It's like, I'm going to readjust my standards each and every time. But as you get older, that dating pool is getting lower and lower. Right? That's the problem. Is that it's already that men are at a shortage. And then now you're going to add all these requirements. So now you're trying to get to the 1%er when you really the 99th percentile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are this big amount of people, of modern women, and you're trying to fight for this top man. What do you bring that's so valuable that other women aren't bringing? You all look the same.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure that out. But yeah.
Right. No, absolutely. Hopefully I don't offend you or any ladies with this, but this is I know, like, typically when some men bring up a car scenario, women get offended. But I'm gonna bring it up in this light.
I bring it up too.
Well, cool. Okay. so this is it, right? So it's like you have you have a Honda Accord and you get it, and like you try to revamp it, and the Honda Accord typically takes like 87 gas, but then you're trying to put 93 gas in it. But it really should be taking 87 gas. Or that's like saying, like, you have a Ferrari and you've been driving a Ferrari. You've been driving a Ferrari for about 5 or 6 years, and you have maybe about 100,000 miles on it. It's still a Ferrari, but the Ferrari is gonna need a tune-up a lot more. It's gonna need a lot more maintenance. Then you want to try to say that someone with an 800 credit score can get a Ferrari that has 100,000 miles on it. To me, that what I'm trying to say, long story short, is that you're definitely asking for way too much. The juice is not worth the squeeze. No. And kind of what you just said, right? Going back to what you said, like the woman submitted for the wrong kind of man. And then when the right man comes along, you're asking him to do things that the wrong man did. So It's like in essence, you played yourself. You're absolutely correct.
That you give yourself?
I would rate myself an 8. I would say Big Lotto. I love Lotto.
I think I say like a 7.5, 8 around there.
Name a celebrity that would match you.
Lauren London, I think.
Lauren London.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm an 8.
Okay.
And the celebrity that would match me is Tiana Taylor. There we go.
Okay. Tiana Taylor. So you're 8 and Tiana Taylor is an 8. Rate yourself 1 to 10.
Just looks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 10. Rihanna, boy, what?
Okay.
I think Rihanna, I like Rihanna. She a 10 to me.
Okay. Show of hands. Do you have in your DMs that you never replied to that looks halfway decent, but you're not giving no time or attention?
4 hands better be up.
All 4 hands. Okay. So here's the truth. None of you ladies are a 10 or an 8 or anything close to that. The reality is a 5 is average. Because all you ladies are single. You do have good guys in your DM, but you choose not to reply to these guys because y'all all think y'all 8 and 10.
Social media played a role for these women to think that they are these 8s, 9s, 10s, etc. But how does that convert? Like he said, it doesn't convert to being a wife. It doesn't convert to actually being a girlfriend. Are y'all single or what? That's the question. I think they were single because he said they had people in the DMs that they didn't respond to. And that's enough to let you know your beauty is fleeting. At one point in time, you're going to look your best. You're going to be in your prime. And then you're going to go from that dime to a 5 to whatever after that. But I'm saying that y'all are leading with your beauty, and that's where you're going to be forever mistaken. All because you're not going to look the same. And then what do you look like without the makeup? What do you look like with all these lashes and all the other accessories that you have on you? That's the question, because the men you're going to be looking your best out there with the makeup. And then when you got to go back home to this man, he may not be able to identify who you are because you had so much caked up makeup on you. That's why I say that we cannot lead with our beauty. What else are you bringing to the table? What else proves you to be valuable? I know that men look at looks. They value looks. But I know that's not what... I know the men don't want smart dummies. They don't want beautiful dummies out here. I know that's what they don't want. And if they do, that's just whatever on them. But I'm saying you will want a woman who brings more to the table than just her beauty and this inflated ego that she got from social media. This inflated ego. Like somebody said, shout out to Kevin Samuels, because he would tell you, average at best. He may not even tell you that. It just depends on how you really look. But I just think that as long as these women had got one like and they got these men in the DMs, there's no way as a man, if I was a man, I would send a DM to these women who are for the streets on Instagram. You can tell the ones that are for the streets, the ones that are posing, they're showing more behind than they're showing face. And just, they know they're trying to get the likes from you. And those likes are dopamine to let them know, hey, I ain't got to settle for these men. They in my DMs, even though I'm not bringing nothing to the table. So I don't have to change because they like my looks, right? They like my looks and they think that's enough for them to give me validation. I'm telling you, if there was no social media, most of these women will really humble themselves. But all it takes is one like. All it takes is that man to like one picture for them to be on cloud 9 and say, nobody can stop me now. I'm a bad chick, and that's what I bring to the table. Social media has done a bad job at that. But like I told you, all it starts with one like. All it takes is one man to say, hey, you look good, and the rest is history. You can't tell that woman nothing from that point on. And that's why some women are they have to post on social media. They have to get that validation for the day. And it's going to be a continuous cycle. And men, if you get in a relationship with some of these women who are doing that, you're not going to be able to compete with Larry, Tom, and Peter that's online in her DMs. You're not going to be able to compete because you're going to have to always give her words of validation to let her know she looks good instead of getting with her for other reasons, for other valuable things she brings to the table. So I say it's a scary situation when a woman inflates her ego to the point where she don't think that she can come back down to reality and realize that she's not as beautiful as she says she is.